The portion of Americans who don't pray, those with no religious affiliation, is rising. At this moment, there are more nuns, a nickname for religiously unaffiliated people, than Catholics in the country. New data from the Pew Research Center shows the number of Catholics slipping in the last decade, but the amount of nuns growing. Since 2009, nuns have boomed from 17% to 26%. The number, which is more pronounced among millennials, doesn't really shock the faithful here in one of the world's most secular cities.
I wasn't surprised, honestly, because I had seen that myself.
Lauren Gentry, a youth minister at a Queens parish, has seen the phenomena among her peers.
A lot of people have been catechized, meaning they know, certain aspects of the faith, but they haven't necessarily been evangelized, so they really don't know Christ.
But in the Brooklyn diocese, the trend hasn't been stifling the faithful. Instead, diocesan leaders like Paul MORISI, the director of youth and young adult formation, say it's been inspiring them to get creative.
I really looked at it and said, what a great opportunity doing outreach for youth and young adults in our church today. What we hear the Holy Father talking about is accompaniment. How are we journeying with young people, meeting them where they're at here, and then walking with them on this journey?
For example, we just started a new confirmation program where instead of sitting there with a textbook, they're in small groups, they're discussing, they're reflecting on different themes of the faith to really figure out, okay, what does this mean to me? Like, how does it apply to my life?
Meanwhile, the church can no longer claim a majority of the nation's Hispanic population either. In the past decade, the Pew data shows the amount of nuns in that group growing by 8%. But in the Brooklyn diocese, some parishes are bucking that trend.
I don't think that we are going with the trend, thank God. There is a lot of initiatives from Futures in Education, Bishop DiMarcio. We have this scholarship for youth ministers. Here in my parish, we have our youth group is like 70 kids.
Father Jorge ORTIZ-GARAY's parish, St. Brigid, has a large and thriving Hispanic population. He credits diocesan initiatives aimed at evangelizing and a strong youth program. He says young people are some of his best preachers, and he remains optimistic. Also optimistic, Catholic numbers worldwide. Despite trends in the United States, the Vatican reports the population of Catholics is still growing, with 14 million Catholics joining the church across the globe since 2017. Emily Druby, Currents News. If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.